Okay, this is a video on triangles. This is the second video, so if you haven't watched the intro video, the polygon/triangles video, go watch that. So a triangle is named by its vertices. So if I have a triangle and I name this ABC, then this is triangle ABC. So it's named by its vertices. An interior angle, let's talk about that. An interior angle is an angle inside the triangle formed by two adjacent sides. So these angles are interior. So interior, it's inside. If we're talking about find the interior angle of this triangle, then you know you're looking inside. An exterior angle is made by an angle that forms a linear pair with an interior angle. They are the angles outside the polygon formed by an extending side of the triangle. So here's the side of the triangle, but right here is an angle, and so that's what you call an exterior angle. And then, so here's theorems. So the first theorem that we're going to talk about is the sum of the measures of interior angles are 180 degrees. So interior angles, the sum of interior angles are equal to 180 degrees. So that's the first theorem. So if you're using this in a proof and you can prove that all the angles add up to 180 degrees, then that is a theorem stating that it is a triangle. So all of them add up to 180 degrees. Number two, if two angles in one triangle, and these aren't theorems, these are kind of like postulates and properties. So if two angles in one triangle are congruent to two angles in another triangle, then the third angles are congruent, which makes sense. So it's saying if two angles in one triangle are congruent to two angles in another triangle, then then the third angle right here is congruent. And the reason why that has to be true, because if these two angles are already congruent, that third angle has to be congruent because all triangles add up to 180 degrees. Okay, each angle in an equal angular triangle is 60 degrees. And we talked about that in our other video. Because the reason why is because triangles have to add up to 180, and if equal angular means all angles are equal, then it has to be 60, because 60 plus 60 plus 60 is 180. And then acute angles in a right triangle are complementary. Complementary means adds up to 90 degrees. And the reason why is because a right triangle, that's already 90 degrees right here. So to add up to be 180, it has to be, those two angles have to add up to 90 degrees as well, which means that they're complementary because 90 plus 90 is 180. So these two angles right here, the interior angles, are complementary. Exterior angle theorem. So exterior angle theorem, let's talk about that. Exterior angle theorem is is the measure of the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the remote interior angles. So in this case, what I'm saying here, this theorem, so the measure of this angle right here is the same as the sum, and I will say this, so is the sum of angle A plus angle B is equal to angle 1. So the sum of the remote interior angles, not the one that's connected to it, but the other two, the sum of those two are equal to that exterior angle, and that's what that theorem says. So for example, if we were to have this problem on a test or something, then we would know that we could use that theorem. We would know that those two interior angles, the remote interior angles that aren't connected to the exterior angle, equal, the sum of them equal the exterior angle, and then I can solve it. So here we have 2x is equal to 102, divide by 2, x is equal to 51. Okay, so we can solve it and x is equal to 51. So that are some theorems about triangles. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye.